welcome to Read Aloud 3, where it's you, me, and the Trinity. And today we are reading in First Chronicles, and the chapter is 7. Good number. Not a lucky number. It's a God number, right? Something about that number 7. I've heard it represents perfection. So, and then 8 new beginnings. I don't know where all of those, kind of the numerology of the Bible comes from, but I would like to look into that. So if you have any knowledge of it yourself, why don't you share in the comments below, and we can study it together. All right, so let's do chapter 7. Descendants of Issachar. The 4 sons of Issachar were Tola, Pua, Jashub, and Shimron. The sons of Tola were Uzi, Rephaiah, Jeriel, Jamai, Ibsam, and Shemuel. That sounds familiar from watching The Chosen. It was a Pharisee that they were calling that name, I believe. Each of them was the leader of an ancient clan, and at the time of King David, the total number of mighty warriors listed in the records of these clans was 22,600. That's cross-referenced in 2 Samuel 24, 1 through 9. I probably won't be giving a lot of the references from here on. The son of Uzi was Izrahiah. The sons of Izrahiah were Michael, Obadiah, Joel, and Ishiah. These 5 became the leaders of clans. All of them had many wives and many sons, so the total number of men available for military service among their descendants was 36,000. The total number of mighty warriors from all the clans of the tribe of Issachar was 87,000. All of them were listed in their genealogical records. Descendants of Benjamin. 3 of Benjamin's sons were Bela, Becher, and Jediel. The 5 sons of Bela were Esbon, Uziel, Jeremoth, and Eri. Each of them was the leader of an ancestral clan. The total number of mighty warriors from these clans was 22,034, as listed in their genealogical records. The sons of Becher were Zemirah, Joash, Eleazar, Elionai, Omri, Jeremoth, Abijah, Anathoth, and Elameth. Each of them was the leader of an ancestral clan. The total number of mighty warriors and leaders from these clans was 20,200, as listed in their genealogical records. The son of Jediel was Bilhan. The sons of Bilhan were Jeush, Benjamin, Ehud, Kenana, Jethan, Tarshish, and Ahishahar. Each of them was the leader of an ancestral clan. From warriors ready for war, from these clans, the total number of mighty warriors ready for war was 17,200. The sons of Ir were Shupim and Hupim. Okay. It's one of those family things where, one of the parents at least is wanting to name all their kids with the same letter of the alphabet. It's a little different, though. These ones were rhyming. Hushim was the son of Aher, descendants of Naphtali. The sons of Naphtali were Jaziel, Guni, Jezer, and Shillem. They were all descendants of Jacob's concubine, Bilhah. Now, I would like to read those references, just this one, because this is the first of their kind of reference in this chapter. The first one was a reference where it's like a cross-reference where you can find that same information in another book. Well, this is a little different where they have the asterisks, and you go down to the bottom and it has some additional information. So I'm going to go ahead and get that for this verse 13. There's 2 asterisks right behind Jaziel, the name, and behind Shilem. Okay, verse 13. As in some Hebrew and Greek manuscripts. See also, okay. Oh, sorry, the first is 713a, and that's about Jaziel, and the second 713b is going to be about Shalem. So first part says, as in parallel text at Genesis 46:24, Hebrew reads Jaziel, a variant spelling of Jaziel. Okay, so it's usually about the spellings and such. 713b, as in Hebrew and Greek manuscripts, also see Genesis 46:24 and Numbers 26:49. Most Hebrew manuscripts read Shalom instead of Shilem. Okay, different vowels. Okay, now to verse 14. Descendants of Manasseh. The descendants of Manasseh through his Aramean concubine included Azriel. She also bore Machir, the father of Gilead. Machir found wives for Hupim and Shupim. Machir had a sister named Maacah. One of his descendants was Zelophehad, who had only daughters. Machir's wife, Maacah, gave birth to a son whom she named Peresh. His 2 E's. His brother's name was Sheresh. Here we go with the rhyming. That was a more common thing than it sounds than the same letter of the first names. I have the same first letters of their name, first names. Okay, the sons of Peresh were Ulam and Rakem. The son of Ulam was Badon. All these were considered Gileadites, descendants of Machir, son of Manasseh. Machir's sister Hamileketh gave birth to Ishhad, Abiezer, and Mala. The sons of Shemida were Ahian, Shechem, Leki, and Anayam, descendants of Ephraim. The descendants of Ephraim were Shuthelah, Bered, Tahath, Eliadah, Tahath, Zabad. I tend to be a little dyslexic when I'm reading. It seems with these names. Shuthelah, Ezer, and Eliad. Remember, Ezer in Hebrew means strong helper, refers to the Holy Spirit and to the role of the women. These 2 were killed trying to steal livestock from the local farmers near Gath. Their father Ephraim mourned for them a long time, and his relatives came to comfort him. Afterward, Ephraim slept with his wife, and she became pregnant and gave birth to a son. Ephraim named him Beriah because of the tragedy his family had suffered. He had a daughter named Shira. She built the towns of Lower and Upper Bethoron and Uzan Shira. Wow, she did, huh? Interesting. Well, I will give the cross-reference for that, because that was one that was kind of jumped out at me and surprised me. Numbers 133. Okay. Verse 25. The descendants of Ephraim included Repha, Resheph, Tela, Tahan, Laden, Amihud, Eliashama, Nun, and Joshua. The descendants of Ephraim lived in the territory that included Bethel and its surrounding towns to the south, Nahran to the east, Gezer and its villages to the west, and Shechem and its surrounding villages to the north, as far as Aya and its towns. Okay. Hi! I'm just doing a video. Along the border of Manasseh. Oh no, I didn't mean to. Gosh. Oh yeah, I went and something was on the doorstep. I went out. I forgot. Hi. How you doing? I'll be out in a minute. Along the border of Manasseh were the towns of Bethshan, Tanakh, Megiddo, Dor, and their surrounding villages. The descendants of Joseph, son of Israel, lived in these towns. Joseph, we know about him. Descendants of Asher. The sons of Asher were Imnah, Ishva, Ishvi, and Beriah. They had a sister named Sarah, S-E-R-A-H. The sons of Beriah were Heber and Malchiel, the father of Berzaith. The sons of Heber were Japhlet, Shomer, and Hotham. They had a sister named Shua. The sons of Japhlet were Pasach, Bimhal, and Ashvath. The sons of Shomer were Ahi, Roga, Huba, and Aram. The sons of his brother Helam were Zophah, Imnah, Shelesh, and Amal. The sons of Zophah were Sua, Harnefer, Shual, Sua. I was like, didn't I just say that? Nope, Sua, Harnefer, and then Shual, Beri, Imrah, Bezer. I know this woman named Bez for short. I'm like, is her name Bezer? She's Ethiopian. I don't know. All right, Had, Shama, Shilshan, Itharon, and Bera. The sons of Jether were Jephunneh, Pispa, and Ara. The sons of Ulla were Ara, Haniel, and Rizia. Each of these descendants of Asher was the head of an ancestral clan. They were all select men, mighty warriors, and outstanding leaders. The total number... Sorry. My screen went blank. It's a little low on charge. Okay. The total number of men available for military service was 26,000 as listed in their genealogical records. Speaking of genealogical records, right? So I was like, yep, you can cross-reference, you can check that out, but this is what they're doing here. This is definitely mostly records. So I think it's still interesting. I learning all the names, sometimes hearing some ones that sound familiar, some that sound familiar, today's names. It's like, but mostly different, right? Yeah, the way that names change, and like we talked about the patterns where some of them are rhyming in families. It's just interesting. So if you have any comments about these genealogical records and Chronicles, please comment down below. It will be interesting as well. So I hope you have a wonderful day, the rest of your evening, and I look forward to reading chapter 8, the number of new beginnings, tomorrow together. Bye.